And for me, management is something that we do every day, right? So I work as an associate director and in clinical affairs, but I have to work continuously on the strategic management. I need to work continuously on my competitive landscape, right? Like, what are the other devices in the market? What are patients suffering from? And I have to always have a pulse on that, because without that, I will not understand or even recognize the issues that healthcare professionals such as clinicians or surgeons are facing, as well as what the patients and their families are facing. So, and it's very interesting to see how the stock market works as well. Every time we have a clinical research presentation in a major conference, we immediately see our stock just jump up. So just trying to tell you that, it's not just, it's definitely patient care that motivates me, but it's also interesting to see how all the management facets come together. We have our KOIs, we need to make sure that we meet them, we have our business goals, and we need to make sure that we meet them. But all that, I'm fortunate enough that I can do it with that passion of patient care. The best example that I can take that for management is women. And on Women's Day, I want to tell you how women personify management. I can take an example of my own mom, and if you go next, I feel that when I was a kid, my mom would manage our time so precisely. She would be the first person to wake up in the morning. She would be the first person to make sure that we did our homework, that we're going to our shuttle, we're going to our dance class, music class, whatever it is, she would be the one who would manage it. So she was a fantastic time manager. And then if you go next, same with inventory, not only in the kitchen, but also our clothing, our books, everything. She was a great inventory manager. Then the next, the same I would say with human resources, not only with the wonderful, beautiful maids that we had at home, but also with our friends, with our family members. She would be the one who would manage our resources to make sure that we are communicating effectively with everybody around us. And then the next, the same financial, she was a great financial manager. My dad is a banker, he's a very renowned banker, but I think my mom would manage all our finances at home. And, and I think that's true, right? I just want you all to understand that it starts right at home. We can take our example of our parents, our moms, our sisters, our grandparents, and how much they did, and you learn a lot from that. And then the last but not the least is strategy. I think my mom was very strategic in her planning. Of course, she had a great partner, but she knew what was coming up in the next 5 years. She would plan. Of course, she doesn't know, but she would plan to provide us with the best ever, right? So, and then if you go to the next, just want to tell you that woman is the light of the present and the future, and so all of you have a major role in that. So with that, I want to go to the next slide and go over women empowerment. So why are we talking about women empowerment? Because unfortunately, women have been oppressed. They have been oppressed socially, they have been oppressed economically, educationally, psychologically, and politically. Actually, it's not until recently that even in a developed country like the United States of America, women received their voting rights. So that's how backward, unfortunately, the women have been. And so how can we bring a change? To bring a change, we need to, right now, right today, do our best to eliminate gender inequality. We need to boost up. We need to boost up not only ourselves, we need to boost up our sisters, our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles, our moms, our colleagues. It can start right now in the auditorium. So please don't wait until you get your job to show women empowerment. Do it right now. Do it right now. Do it at home. Do it whenever you get a moment. My dad always used to tell me, do it today, or today will become yesterday tomorrow. And I think I used to have that saying on my on my desk every day. And so I think that's a great takeaway for all of you. And my advice to you is you are the Shakti. You are the energy. Men, women, both of you have that responsibility to believe in yourself. It's not just your right. Women empowerment is not your right. It's actually your duty and your responsibility to make that impact in the society. Find a good club, be it WEC or any other club, organization, and make sure that you are a big part of it. You do your part for the society. It's never too early to do that. And don't be afraid to speak up. I think that many times we're timid. We don't know if our question is stupid, but there's nothing called a stupid question. So don't be afraid to speak up, voice up your thoughts, and you'll make a huge difference even without knowing it. Because that one question that you have, maybe another 20 of you have it and you don't want to ask it, but it will benefit all the others. And if you go to the next slide, here I took the opportunity to present on a couple, to just show you images of some famous, influential women. There are many of them. Many of you are right here in this room. But here are a few of them who really made a mark in the world. And we see two faces who are Indian, and we should make it. We should take up the challenge to increase that ratio even further. So with that, I would like to end my presentation. If you go to the next slide, to just leave you with a thought by Michelle Obama. She says, there is no limit to what we as women can accomplish. And that's true. Once upon a time, we used to say sky is the limit. Now we can say sky is also not the limit. We can go way beyond that. So just follow your aspirations, and I hope you enjoyed learning about my career journey. How I don't think it's, again, conventional, but I'm very satisfied and passionate about what I do, and I think it shows an interplay of engineering, medicine, management, and in our day-to-day lives. So thank you very much again for this blessed opportunity.
That was a wonderful presentation, Dr. Santhi. Your journey is a motivation. Your erudition is an inspiration. It was amazing listening to you chalk out your journey. And your parents are here, and I request everybody to clap for the parents for their Thank you so much. And we welcome Professor Anita Rao Garu. And thank you for joining us, ma'am. Thank you. I now take the honor of introducing our guest